As having a guardrail there is a safety necessity. And then it goes on to say, I don't feel comfortable staying here anymore, she said. She says she's lucky she and her family were not at home at the time. Neighbors said the driver was able to get out and appeared to be stumbling down the street. The Macon Fire Department and the Macon Police have not released the driver's condition on the charges. The car had Florida tags and was towed away. While looking through the wreckage, Fryer found a bottle of liquor, which was rum. Rum.
Must have been a pirate, matey.
That sense, it wasn't there before. And they're looking into whether alcohol was a factor. Of course it was.
Yeah.
The guy's got Cuervo in his car.
Cuervo in his car.
Cuervo, and it's down like that much, and it's a big-ass bottle.
Cuervo rum?
Yeah.
Cuervo don't make rum.
What is it?
Bacardi. Captain Morgan.
Yeah, Bacardi's rum. That's what Bacardi.
Well, what do you say we found rum?
That's what Bacardi is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cuervo rum.
Cuervo's tequila.
Yeah. All right.
Tequila.
A little bit of the captain in your arg.
Well, there you go. There's a car. There's a house. And, wow.
Yeah, sit at the red piece of shit.
Well, they have new furniture. Open up the doors and sit in the car. While watching TV.
How about that?
All right. Well, anyway. Terrible. You can't even sit at home without getting shot up or a car coming in or... What the hell? What is going on in our country? Anyway, we got other top stories, of course. You have anything, Derek? I have a few, but I'm looking around here. Oh, by the way, the Georgia City is sparring with National Gun Control. Once again, Georgia is dealing with this gun control group. And then it says the tiny Georgia City and the National Gun Control Group are facing off in an illegal battle over a law requiring gun ownership. The Brady Center to Prevent Gun Violence in May filed a lawsuit, federal, against Nelson, the city of 1,300 residents north of Atlanta. The gun control advocates are challenging the constitutionality of the law and trying to discourage copycat measures. The city council adopted the Family Protection Ordinance on April 1st. It requires every head of the household to hold a gun and the ammunition, but exempt convicted felons, disabled, and anyone who objects to gun ownership. City officials have said they never intended to enforce the ordinance. Both sides are gathering documents and making procedural court arguments. The city's lawyer said he hopes to reach a settlement. So, you see that? That's happening now. People are fighting over these laws. This law is telling the town, you better own a gun.
Yeah, I get that.
That law's been in effect for freaking ages.
Yeah, but they're gonna bring it up.
There's some states where it's against the law to be ugly.
Hey, wait, update. I sent it to you, but the judge overturned that the girl that got fired for being too pretty from the dentist. The judge overturned it, so she can't sue him or anything.
Oh, okay.
No.
He ruled that she was just too pretty.
Ain't that something?
You remember that story, right?
Oh yeah, I definitely remember that story. Yeah, she was too pretty.
Well,
that should be
for us.
Yeah, unfortunately, but I tell you, there should be a law to be too freaking. There should be a law to be too freaking ugly. Especially this story. This is when I just sent you the picture.
Oh God!
I got to give you one. It's not for the people who have. If you have delicate stomachs, you might want to look away.
In other words, it's not something you want to fap to.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, this is from blackmenvent.com. This is standards, motherfucker. Do you have any? It says 25 bike cops found a couple banging away in a park during training. It says, safe to say that when 25 police officers gathered in a park outside of Philadelphia to participate in a bike school for cops, they weren't expecting to find two people having sex on a bench at 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
Wow.
Ugh. And likewise, when Richard McBride and Jennifer Harvey allegedly stripped off their clothes for some mid-park sex and afternoon delight, so to speak, They probably didn't think they'd get busted by a bike cop, much less 25 of them at once. And it's
Damn.
the Upper Darby Police Department holds a 5-day bicycle training course for officers from other departments every summer. The 25-person class was in the middle of their daily afternoon ride when they noticed a couple by the park's baseball field.
Wow.
It says, there they were on the first base line. Chitwood said, there's a bench and she's bent over the bench and our friend is behind her with his pants down to his ankles banging away.
Wow.
These officers go on a tour of Upper Darby to see the sights of the neighborhood and instead get to see Sex Incorporated. Harvey and McBride, Richard McBride and Jennifer Harvey, the couple there, were arrested and charged with open lewdness and disorderly conduct.
Well, I wonder how long it took the police to finally break them up. Maybe they were standing there watching, kind of like voyeuristically, and saying, look at that fat, look at this shit. And they're laughing. Who the hell knows? But maybe...
Well, we mean after they finished throwing up?
Well, who the hell knows? The woman obviously wanted more mayonnaise on her sandwich. She wanted mayonnaise on that bread. Those buns.
Humana.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Who the hell knows? But I don't know how you can get a hard on with that face.
Yeah, I know
I
one
mean,
person
oh my God.
on the line said,
Awful.
one person in the
There's plenty of tequila in the world.
oh yes, that's why bars are still open, because
Yeah.
if
well,
everybody was good looking, what would we need alcohol for? I mean, besides
that's
an
true.
alternate fuel.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, Nicole 3000 says she needs a crack rake. Edward Mamba says he looks like Ed. Thanks a lot, Ed. Don't say that about my buddy here.
ATT
Alright,
says,
maybe a little.
ATT says, I would have videotaped the man posted on it. An African American man has sex with a whale.
There
Yeah,
you go.
like it.
There
Who's
you go.
that?
I wonder who that is.
Ugh, jeez.
Ugly to the bone.
Yeah, beauty's only skin teeth, but ugly's to the bone. Yes, indeedy.
Hanser, I hope you have enough food.
And one of the people from blackmanvent.com on the site had a message that says, "Look, I realize it's Philly, but so it's even more challenging. So it's more challenging to find a decent woman. But damn, come on, yeah, that is true. I mean,
Well,
it's
that
like-
was not no porn they were watching. It was obviously a horror freaking show.
It was
I
a
don't know how
horror
they did
show.
it.
It was
But believe me, they didn't just arrest him right away. They probably let him go. Everybody's laughing.
It's going to be on
Yeah,
YouTube. They
yeah.
probably-
oh yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube somewhere. You'll
The
find
police
it.
gotta have fun some days, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, you can't tase, shoot, and pepper spray somebody all day. Sometimes you just need to sit down and laugh,
watch
or
'em.
laugh and or
Watch 'em
puke
bang
for
away.
a good 5 minutes. You know, and it's
Well,
Last thing I want to see is two people banging. My God, I walked in on my parents once.
oh Lord.
Ooh, boy.
Scarred for life.
My
I'm
God.
glad I didn't see my parents do
Well,
that.
we
That
have
was
issues,
gonna be-
right, Ed?
Yeah.
By
Oh.
the way, I want to wish my oldest son happy birthday today.
Mm-hmm.
He's 21 years old.
Wow.
Okay.
Happy birthday. What's your son's
His
name?
name's David.
David. Happy birthday, David.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure your father misses you right now. I'm
he
absolutely
don't
sure
miss
of it.
me.
All right, so we have some other news. By the way, we did talk about the state trooper who was honored after 73 years.
Mm-hmm.
Macon's very slow in
Well,
honoring
yeah.
anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had the, of course, the Macon police chief, wonderful Chief Burns, is finally retired.
Yep.
And we have a group that is blocking financing for the Falcon Stadium.
Oh,
Here's
boy.
a little bit of sports. An advocacy group is still trying to collect signatures to block public financing for a new stadium proposed for the Atlanta Falcon. The director of Common Cause of Georgia, William Perry, tells the Atlanta Journal his staff has collected several thousand signatures so far, but at least 35,000 are needed to force a vote on the city of Atlanta's plan to use $200 million in tax revenues to help fund a $1 billion stadium. Even if the group gets enough signatures, City attorneys say the petition won't withstand the legal challenge to let the financing go forward. There you have it. So they're even fighting the Falcons.
Yeah. Kind of mess. Speaking of, I have some more.
Go Falcons!
Yes, speaking of other sports-related news, Mr. Champion American track runner Tyson Gay went out of his way to promote himself as an anti-drug athlete. He will not be He will not be able to play in the upcoming track meet that's going to be coming up later this month. I think later this summer, because he's been found positive for banned substances, for banned enhancement drugs. So he will be disqualified in the upcoming World Championships, track and field championships later this year. It's kind of messed up. He's 30 years old. He won the World Championships in the 100, 200, and 4x100 relay in 2007.
Who is this guy here in the football?
Which one? Football?
Luscious Pussy.
Luscious Pussy?
Lucius Pussy? Luscious Pussy?
What a name.
Yeah.
God.
Luscious Pussy.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and Earl says, oh my God, Tyson Gay? Yeah.
Are you sure they got that name right? I don't know.
Tyson, yeah. I mean, Tyson Gay, yeah.
There was a school kid in my school. His name was You'll Love It. You'll Love It.
Mm-hmm.
And the teachers would go off on him because they thought he was making it up. But in fact, that was his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yul, like Yul Brenner, and Love It.
Like Kids You Love?
L-O-V-E-T-T, yeah. Maybe he made up the name, but that was his name.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else is in the news, Derek?
Let's see. Maria Sharapova hires tennis legend Jimmy Connors as her new tennis coach. As you know, Jimmy Connors is
I can
one of the
just smell the scandal now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The disappointing season for Maria Sharapova might soon turn around thanks to her announcement that her new coach will be taking over. She announced this past weekend that she would be parting ways with Thomas Hogstedt, her coach of 3 years, and a day later already had former Grand Slam champion as her new coach to help improve her game. Jimmy Connors, the 8-time Grand Slam champion and former coach of Andy Roddick, is going to take full-time duties with a 26-year-old. The two have been working together for short stints in the past, but never on a full-time basis, and Sharapova seemed excited about the future. This one has been an interesting one for Sharapova. A semifinals loss to Li Na at the Australian Open was tough, but the Russian star did card 2 victories before heading to France and making it to the finals at the French Open, there where she lost in straight sets to Serena Williams, but was hoping to make a run at Wimbledon before getting upset in the second round by Michelle Lasha de Brito. Wow. So Sharapova, she's kind of like almost like the Susan Lucci of professional tennis in a way. Wow. That's incredible.
Well, listen, even the rabbis are getting into the yacht.
Really?
We got this rabbi in Mamaroneck, New York. This is north of New York City.
Mm-hmm.
One of the suburbs north of New York City. Some drivers in the suburbs of New York City were startled when they saw a man waving his arm, honking his horn and flashing a silver badge in a frantic effort to get them to pull over in traffic. Even more surprising was who was suspected of doing it. A respected rabbi. Rabbi Alfredo Bordarowski, who was arrested in one case.
Okay, Guido.
In one case of being investigated, and at least 2 more, in which authorities say the apparent reason trying to pull people over was to rage at them for cutting him off or driving too slowly. That girl was driving too slow, and I hate when people do this. The 49-year-old Borodowski told investigators after he was charged.
I'm not dumb like everyone says. I'm smart and I want respect.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I found respect. I found it. You understand? After impersonating a police officer. How could a rabbi impersonate a police officer? How does he do that?
I don't know.
Jeez. Well, anyway. when he allegedly pulled his Camry alongside a woman's car in Mamaroneck, flashed a badge and shouted, "Police, police, pull over." The woman, whose name has not been made public, did not pull over. According to a lawyer, Richard Clifford, the rabbi just laid on the horn and started screaming at her as she obeyed the 20-mile-per-hour limit in a school zone. She was so freaked out with the horn honking and the screaming that she called police immediately. "I believe my client was in danger with this guy, and if he had gotten out of the car, it could have escalated." Borodowski denied to police he was trying to impersonate an officer, saying he was telling the woman only that he would be calling the police. So not only is he a rabbi, but he's a lying rabbi.
Yeah.
Wow.
He
Think he's gonna go to hell, Derek?
I don't know, but I tell you, if you rabbi, you lying, you definitely ain't kosher now.
Wow.
I'm just.
Answer to a higher power.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He's behaving like
Oh,
one
yeah,
of those
okay, I
Hebrew
get it.
national wieners.
Yeah, they're good, by the way. They're good.
Oh, they are very good. But and they're also kosher.
Yes.
Who would have thunk it?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Rabbi is going to jail
Wow.
for impersonating an officer.
Yeah.
Edwin Mampa says it depends on which bacon you're talking about. I hope it's not
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
The actor.
Well, we live in the city of Bacon.
Well, it may
City
wrap
of
up that this
Bacon.
woman is.
Macon Bib, if you get carried together, is Bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon, Georgia. But
Well, it's
not
really
now.
getting hot.
Well,
Forgot.
we're not-
I got my sweater vest on. I'm sorry. It's really
My
getting
God,
hot.
how the hell are you wearing so much?
Well, I wore this
I'm
like last
telling
week.
you.
I just want to make it look like
It's cold.
No, okay.
Yeah, I may.
Yeah,
put
you
it on
want
later
to make
today.
it look like you're wearing another piece of clothing, but in fact, it's the same shit he wore last week.
Good morning, Newton.
Well,
Yes. Good morning, Newton.
is Newton here?
Yep.
Oh, brother Newt, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, who is he? Which one?
Soul Man.
Soul Man.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what his tag name was.
I'm Soul
Ah.
Man.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm a soul man.
Yeah, for all you who don't know, Newton Collier, Soul Man, played on horns with Seven Dave on
yes.
the original recording of Soul Man.
Yes, he did.
Yep, yes, he did. The original recording of Soul Man, brother Soul Man Newton Collier was in it.
Yes,
A
my
legend in this town.
definitely. My parents still have the 45 to this very day. That's the truth. Real true story. I have some other. I'll just go ahead and get that out the way.
It's a spongy.
Far as sports is concerned.
Yeah, let's get sports out of the way.
Yeah. There's a teenager by the name of Jordan Spieth. Spieth. S-P-I-E-T-H. Spieth. I hope that's how. I apologize if I mispronounced his name.
What's his name?
Spieth. Jordan Spieth.
Yeah.
Spieth can say he was accomplished something that Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, and Rory McIlroy never did.
You sound like T.I.
Yeah.
Alright, got it.
Spieth won a PGA Tour event as a teenager, and now he's joining all those stars in next week's British Open. So the 19-year-old outlasted David Hearn and Zach Johnson on the fifth hole of a playoff Sunday to win the John Deere Classic, becoming the youngest winner ever on the PGA Tour in 82 years.
Wow.
Spieth, a Dallas native who doesn't turn 20 for another 2 weeks, hit a short par putt to earn a spot on the field at Moorfield. He is the first teenager to win since Ralph Goodall took the Santa Monica Open back in 1931. 1931. This was before my dad was even born. Wow. He says, I didn't think it would all happen this early, said Spieth, who turned pro in December after an All-American season as a freshman at the University of Texas. He says, I had a plan. I guess the plan got exceeded. Spieth started the day 6 shots behind third-round leader Daniel Summerhays, a bogey on the first hole that left him 7 back with 17 to play. But Spieth forced his way into the playoff with 3 straight birdies. The last came when he holed out of the bunker from 44 feet, delighting the crowd that had expected to see Johnson, the hometown favorite, defend his title. But Spieth caught a break when the 44-footer took a pair of fortuitous bounces, but he also put himself in that position with a brilliant final round, making him victorious.
Wow.
19, the first teenager to win a PGA Tour tournament in 82 years. That is incredible. But here's something that's really incredible, but not so happy, not so cool. Danica Patrick starts crash that takes out her boyfriend. This is Loudon, New Hampshire. Danica Patrick's first foray as a Sprint Cup driver in New Hampshire's Motor Speedway wasn't a race that she hoped for. The day didn't end any better for her Stewart Haas racing teammates Tony Stewart and Ryan Newman. For those keeping tabs on racing's most popular couple, Danica Patrick was involved in a crash yesterday that also took out fellow rookie and boyfriend Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Poor baby.
Yes, Patrick's exit from the race received additional exposure because it also happened to involve Stenhouse. It's the second time this season the couple has been involved in an on-track encounter. The first at Charlotte, North Carolina, in May, had a bigger impact and resulted in the two discussing the particulars privately. Patrick took responsibility for Sunday's incident, which prompted a caution on lap 238. The field was bunched tightly after a restart, and Patrick lost control of her car, sliding sideways and collecting Travis Capel and Stenhouse. Patrick and Cavill parked their damaged car. Stenhouse returned to the race after repairs.
Holy cow.
How about that, man? I think if y'all keep bumping into each other like that, sooner or later they're gonna have to break up, and not just their cars.
Yeah.
Well. I mean, of course, there's got to be some type of argument or something. You think they may have had a spat before the race or something like that?
I don't know.
You
a girl that likes to drive cars and buck wild in that way, she's probably some tough lady to deal with. I mean, very strong character and. Which, by the way, we have a lot here in Macon. We have a lot of women that are very strong, opinionated. What happens is they cross the line and start to disrespect the men. But God help us if we ever say anything to them. Well, and it's a big problem. I think women kind of overstep their line. They try to, say shit about men all the time, and then.
With impunity, and meanwhile, men are trying to be gentlemen, sort of try to say, all right, well, whatever. But women really, especially on my Facebook page, you should see them. They go off. I mean, oh yeah,
it's like God help you if you even disagree with them. They go off on you, totally disrespectful. I mean, I don't know, but I find them the women that are They have their jobs. They have a bank account. They have they're raising kids and all that shit. They tend to be the kind of cyberbullies sometimes, hitting on men and all that shit.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, you talk about you have more sports related.
Well, yeah, because
I've got
because
some news coming.
That same race that they were playing, which was the nationwide series race. This was the Profit 200. This is from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The winner of that race happened to be Kyle Busch, and he wins his 7th NASCAR Nationwide Series victory in 14 starts of the season. His 4th at the Magic Mile and 58 of his career, extending his own series record. Matter of fact, he was the one who had the pole position, which means that he was the one during the the day before. They have a race to see which one gets a certain position, and when you reach pole position, you're in lane number 1. So, which means that you have the best advantage. And usually, people who have pole position, when you're on, number 1, you have more of a chance to finish your lanes quicker than anyone else because you're much closer circle, and you're able to maneuver that, that type of way. So I guess he had an advantage being the pole position and winning the race altogether. So. I guess kudos him.
The whole idea of racing is to try to knock your opponent out. These folks get really close to other cars. And it's kind of, I don't think you're supposed to bump them, but I think
you're not supposed to bump them though.
But I think they do it anyway.
Yeah, I think it does get kind of crazy on that. One more story on aside from the point that baseball that.
I'm going to answer you back, Michelle, as soon as all this is over.
We have some the All-Star game is going to be this week, July the 18th is going to be playing on Fox as usual because they play Major League Baseball, so it's going to be on Fox. I'll probably give you the lineup of who's going to be starting of the All-Star game this upcoming week. And one other story, there's a high-speed motorcycle crash. The Florida motorcycle racer was trying to top 300 miles per hour in a motorcycle race. Died after losing control and crashing at
300 miles an hour.
Well, he came close. Race director says that Loring Timing Associates says 44-year-old got my age. Bill Warner of Wimauma, 44-year-old Bill Warner of Wimauma, Florida, crashed Sunday during the main event, M-A-I-N-E, the main event, a race being held on a runway at the former Loring Air Force Base in Limestone, Maine. Mm-hmm. Race director said that Warner was clocked at 285 miles per hour before he lost control. He says that Warner was conscious and was taken and talking as he was taken from the scene, but died later at the hospital. It says that he maybe got 4,000 feet or so where he was standing. Cole Thurrott, who was one of the, I guess, people who witnessed the crash, he says he was where he was standing at the starting line. You could see a big dust cloud, and then all of a sudden it just got silent. Yeah. The bike was just demolished, just in pieces. After a minute, all you could hear was sirens. Mm-hmm. It says he probably hit 300. Said he may have rode a modified turbocharged Suzuki Hayabusa motorcycle. Said he probably hit 311 miles per hour on the same course in 2011 using 1.5 miles of pavement. This time he was trying to hit 300 miles per hour using just a mile of pavement, and then...
Okay, that's too much detail, but the point is...
The point is he went too fast and he lost control at hitting 285 miles per hour.
Did he die?
Yeah.
Wow.
He died on the way to the hospital. He was still alive after the crash, but, it was just too
All right,
fast.
let me get back to Stacy. Michelle, first of all, I didn't say I don't like strong women. Actually, I do. I married one. Of course, it ended in divorce. But, I thought when I was younger, I loved the idea of strong women. I have a sister named Alice who's very strong. My sister Rosie, very strong character, women. And I actually respect them. The problem that I have is that some of these very strong women don't respect men. They really are almost anti-male. And a lot of it has to do, when you talk to them, they are single moms who have either been trashed by their male counterpart or left hung dry with all these kids. So a lot of it comes from bitterness. And but what I'm saying is, I have a Facebook that I've got almost 2,000 friends on, and a lot of them are, of course, women, and some of them are very strong women, and some of the comments they make are almost like ludicrous. I don't even answer them because I say I'm not going to get in a tit for tat with this because I will never win, no matter what. It will never happen. Once they are determined on one point of view, forget about anything else. Plus, they also give a lot of unsolicited advice. That's one thing that men don't like. If we ask for advice, we love the idea of getting it. But a lot of times they offer unsolicited advice. And that's where I think they cross the line. And I feel that women don't respect men like they used to. Men, of course, obviously have never really ever respected women. So, when the tables are turned...
They did it. Well, they had to. Otherwise, there wouldn't be no such thing as chivalry. There wouldn't be no such thing as chivalry if they didn't respect... I mean, that's... Say that they never did. Maybe in power, obviously. In powerful roles.
Well, I never called you an idiot, Michelle, even though I disagree with a lot of shit you say. I mean, I wouldn't call you an idiot. Yeah, I know. They get mad. Listen, I'm not trying to justify this by saying that men haven't disrespected women. Like, men disrespect women all over the world. And it's still a very big problem in the world today. However, I'm talking about women that are here, that are on my Facebook, well-educated, well-adjusted, strong women. And somehow, I always feel like they cross the line on some issue. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, you can't have both ways. You can't say that women, men don't respect women, but women don't respect themselves. I mean, they're twerking at the mall, twerking at the Walmart, twerking at the Walmart, twerking at the beer, twerking near the Target. There you go.
Break time.
It is a break time. It's 77 degrees. And making Georgia with a high of 85 and low of 71.
My brother's funny as hell.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, they belong in the kitchen.
Yes.
Actually, I find men could be better cooked. My dad was a better cook.
Shoot, men view women as sexual creatures. That's why all men answer sexual. Shoot, women view women as sexual creatures. Hello.
My brother's imitating my father. My father said, Papi, women are evil, Papi. Women are evil. Papi, demonio. That was my father. He called all of us demonios.
Mm-hmm.
Which some of you may know what that means.
And they also have a special place to carry a concealed weapon.
Yeah. He used to forget our names.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he went like through the whole barrage of names. He couldn't remember your name. So he go, Peter, carajo, demonio. Because he had so many damn kids, he'd forget your name.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd be like rambling off all the names of the kids and then get frustrated.
We're going to break.
Okay. It's 10:03. It's time for a break. Don't touch that mouse or remote. We'll be right back.
Or die. Whatever.
Or mice.
Or mouse. Or rat.
Mice.
Don't go anywhere, for God's sake. We got so much more shit to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And
I got a nice video here. You got to see this.
Yeah.
It's a little clip I got from something I was watching the other night.
There we go.
I cannot believe how stupid this kid was.
Wow.
And we are
How
back.
about that shit?
Yes.
Ain't that some shit?
Yes, definitely. It's definitely some stuff. Yes, it is.
There we go.
It's 10:08 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. You're watching the morning roast into the third and final hour of the show, live from the doghouse with Irv, Ed, and DB here.
Well,
77 degrees and cloudy with a high of 85 and low 71 with some showers and some thunderstorms later this afternoon. Keep your umbrellas heavy, ready, and stuff. Even though it's been raining, but it still has been in the 80s, though.
it just feels so damn clammy here.
Oh, yeah.
It's clammy, sticky, yuck. I hate it. Oh, speaking of stuff that I hate when guys compare people to animals. Like, you look like this and you look, although I've done it, but it's not right. Now, of course, in Italy, you have one of their senators. I didn't even know they had a senator. I thought the place was different.
Right.
I didn't even know they had something called a senator. I thought they had Goomba, like my Goomba over here, whatever they call him, my mafioso. But there is a senator, and he compares a black minister to an orangutan. And this is in public, folks.
In public?
A senator from Italy's anti-immigration Northern League has come under fire for saying Cecil Kinyege, the country's first black minister, resembles an orangutan. Why doesn't that surprise me? Prime Minister Enrico Letta said the remark by Senator Roberto Calderoli he sounds like a dish. Calderoli, which sauce, on Saturday was unacceptable. I love animals. But when I see pictures of Kenyanga, I cannot help thinking of similarities with an orangutan, he was quoted saying at a party meeting in the northern city of Treviglio. The remark went viral on social media, sparking widespread denunciation. Letta said in a comment Sunday, the words reported today in the press attributed to Senator Calderoli regarding Cecil Kenyanga are unacceptable and go beyond all limits. Khalid Chawiki and Gianni Culpello, two lawmakers from Central Democratic Party, demanded resignation of Calderoli, who is Deputy Speaker of the Senate. The remarks addressed to Minister Kenyege and are worthy of a man who represents our institutions. And Calderoli is famous for provocative comments and action. In 2006, he was forced to resign from the government of then Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi. That's the guy that banged that girl. And after wearing a T-shirt printed with cartoons mocking the Prophet Muhammad. Since the Democratic Republic of Congo-born Kanyengi took up her post, an integration minister earlier this year said she faced numerous expressions of hostility from the Northern League, which is allied with Berlusconi's center-right People of Freedom Party, but now is in opposition. She is subject to verbal slurs and death threats posted on racist social media sites and even on her Facebook page.
Yeah. I was about to tell you, isn't it kind of like around about this time for you to do your daily bread?
Yeah.
It is like 10, 12.
I think we need to go to God and with all this.
Especially with all this stuff going on in the recent weekends.
Yeah, well, let's see what our daily bread has for us today. Our daily bread for, this may be apropos. For July 15, 2013 by Randy Kilgore is Read Backwards. Read backwards. I confess that I sometimes read the end of a book before I read the beginning. Doing so allows me to know which characters live and which characters don't. When I know how it will turn out, I am able to relax and thoroughly appreciate and enjoy the story of the characters. In a similar way, reading the final book of the Bible, the book of Revelation, can be an encouragement and comfort to the followers of Jesus. Time and time again, Christians are called to be overcomers. 1 John chapter 4, verse 4, chapter 5, verse 4, Revelation chapter 2, verse 7, 11, 17, and 26, chapter 3, verse 5, verse 12, verse 21 in Revelation. We can be overcomers now and will be for all eternity. As the Apostle John talks about the revealing of the new heaven and the new earth in Revelation 21, chapter 1, he describes what the final victory will look like for those who have received Jesus as Savior. At that time we will see the end of death, tears, sorrow, and pain. Verse 4, the Lord declares, he who overcomes shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. Verse 7. He will dwell with us. Verse 3. And he will make all things new. Verse 5. When the trials of today seem more daunting than your strength, let the Lord show you the end of the story when you will be in his presence forever. Stand up for Jesus. The strife will not be long. This day the noise of battle, the next the victor's song. To him that overcometh the crown of life shall be, he with the King of glory shall reign eternally. Definitely. Hope for today, remember the end of the story, eternity with God. And today's Bible read is in Revelations 21, chapter 1 through 7. And he who overcomes shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. There you have it. Our daily bread. Thank you. Making me hungry. Thinking of bacon.
You're welcome.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Anyway.
Well, speaking of standing up for something, as you know, remember Malala Yousafzai, she had this past weekend, she celebrated her 16th birthday, her sweet 16.
Wow.
On the world stage at the United Nations.
Damn. That's some party.
Yeah. Defiantly telling Taliban extremists who tried to end her campaign, as well as her life, her campaign on girls' education in Pakistan with a bullet that the attack gave her new courage, and demanding that world leaders provide free education to all children. She was invited this past Friday to her first public speech since she was shot in the head her way back to school in Pakistan's Swat Valley last year. She addressed nearly 1,000 young leaders from over 100 companies at the UN's first youth assembly.
This is a special report from ABC News Digital.
Thank you, sent me.
Okay.
That's a special report. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a special.
It's the video.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead, finish up, buddy.
Well, yes, it's the video. She said, let's pick up our books And our pens, they're our most powerful weapons, Malala urged. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Education is the only solution. Education first. The UN had declared July 12th, her 16th birthday, as Malala Day. But she insisted it was the day of every woman, every boy, and every girl who raised their voice for their rights.
Yeah.
The Taliban, which long opposed educating girls in Pakistan as well as neighboring Afghanistan, said it targeted Malala because she was campaigning for girls to go to school and promoted Western thinking. What some observers saw as a sign of defiance, Malala said the white shawl she was wearing belonged to Pakistan's first Prime Minister, the late Benazir Bhutto, who was assassinated in December 2007 when she returned to run in elections.
You know, not to make light of what happened to her because she's a young little girl that was shot in the head.
Mm-hmm.
But after that shot in the head, boy, she came out like a freaking prime minister. I mean, if you heard her talk, I mean, good Lord. I was like, how old is this girl?
She's 16.
Yeah. I mean, she was like powerful speaking. I was like, damn.
Sometimes you have to go through...
yeah. Get a bullet in your head and survive, and then you come out like...
You feel like you're
Gandhi.
bulletproof. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, kind of like...
I mean, if you hear her talk, she's like...
One pencil, one pen.
Yes. Yeah.
She didn't... She
Yeah.
was like, when you go through that, it's like, well, shoot, if I try this ain't nothing. I can talk to people. Talking is nothing to me. You can say all you want.
Yeah.
I got shot in the head, and I'm still here. I'm still here. Say what you want, haters.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Exactly. It makes little girls wonder, maybe a bullet in my head will make me smart at math. I'm just kidding. I don't know why I said that. But anyway, I know why I said it. Tried to make a funny joke.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta laugh at things in life.
Well, yeah. Sad part is, in some things in life, sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
Especially
Who
the stuff
said
that's been
that?
going on during the weekends.
Yeah.
This past weekend.
Yeah. No.
And, I mean, not just from the obvious, but some stuff between the Kelly Monty, the teen. Well, he's not a teen. He was a star of the show, Glee, and then the motorcycle racer guy who got killed going 285 miles an hour. I mean, that's. But at least he died doing what he loved. So, like you always say.
Yes. Die what he loved doing. By the way, I saw that funeral service for those firemen that got killed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I mean, I was okay up until they started playing the bagpipes in Amazing Grace. Oh, I cried.
Mm-hmm.
I always do. There's something about bagpipes, right? Island Patriot. Although they're really from Scotland, but the Irish like to play them too.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something about the bagpipe that they could be playing Don't Go Breaking My Heart from Elton John and Kiki D.
Mm-hmm.
And yet somehow they make it sound sad.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does sound sad. Very, very sad.
Anyway, so who the hell knows?
But
He had a bagpipe,
Yeah, but Cocknose said something like, Malala is U.S. propaganda. She's propaganda?
Possibly.
Thousands of boys get killed feeding their families in Afghanistan without a peep. One light-skinned Afghani girl gets shot and wins prizes.
Not only that, she's getting to wear somebody else's dress.
Well, yeah. Actually, she's Pakistani. She's not...
Well, anyway, let me see. My sister plays bagpipes so haunting. Yeah, it is. I mean... the bagpipe is an instrument of war. Well, maybe.
I mean, the Scots did play them when they were fighting against the English. I mean, those who've seen the movie Braveheart, it's kind of like you had drummers, in the Civil War. I mean, most of them were little boys, but granted, I mean, you even had, but not every little boy was in the Civil War was a drummer. I mean, actually, some of them actually fought. I mean, there was a Walt Disney movie called Johnny Shiloh, where it basically talked about teenage boys that were fighting in the Civil War, and it's about this guy. I mean, his real name is Johnny Clem, but he was in the Battle of Shiloh, so he was nicknamed Johnny Shiloh. He was 11 years old, and he was a soldier for the Union Army.
Wow.
That's something to think about.
Shiloh's a big name out here. Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shiloh. Shiloh.
Speaking of
Shiloh.
Yeah, speaking of entertainment news, I have like the top 10 movies for this past weekend. Despicable Me has the second week of number one, making $44.7 million, giving its total gross of money so far as $229.2 million. Grown Ups.
Too much money.
Yeah. Grown Ups 2, the sequel of Grown Ups, featuring starring Adam Sandler, Kevin James, David Spade, and Chris Rock.
I saw the first one. It was not that fun.
And the lovely Salma Hayek.
Yeah, well, yeah, another bad actress. But literally, I saw the first one. It wasn't that funny.
Oh,
now
okay.
I'm looking at the second one, and they're just going over the top. It's just getting these all these actors that haven't really been box office lately. Get them all together and scrape up all the pennies and see how much money they can make.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy's not in it. Chris Rock's in it.
Yeah, oh, well, they all look the same.
Yes.
And yeah, that's right. Chris
In
Rock.
second place, they came in second place with $42.5 million for its opening weekend.
Yeah.
Third place, Pacific Rim, a sci-fi movie starring Idris Elba, formerly from The Wire, has made its debut with $38 million, coming in at third place, $38.3 million. The Heat, the female cop buddy movie with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock, came in fourth place, last week's third place, with $14 million, making a total gross of $112 million. So they actually hit the $100 million mark. Okay.
Wow.
Congratulations. Yes. The Lone Ranger from Walt Disney Pictures came in with a nice little bomb of fifth place of $11.1 million, with their total gross of $71 million. Monsters University, another Walt Disney's picture, come out in sixth place with $10.6 million, with their total of $237.8 million total gross. World War Z, the Brad Pitt movie from Paramount, is in seventh place with $9.4 million, with their total gross of $177 million. White House Down is in eighth place with $6.1 million, with their total gross of $63 million. The movie with Jamie Foxx playing the president. Ninth place is Kevin Hart. Let Me Explain, made $5 million this weekend. It was number 8 the last week. It went down to number 9 with a total gross of $26.4 million. So it's actually, for a concert film, it's actually not bad. It's made $26 million on 892 screens. And The Man of Steel, the reboot of Superman, is round out the number 10 with $4.8 million, giving its box office gross of $281 million, creeping up toward that $300 million barrier.
Wow. Well, too much money.
Yeah.
By the way, you know Holly Berry, and now has my last name.
Oh, really?
She's known as Holly Martinez. She married that bum that beat the hell out of her ex-boyfriend.
About Casey Anthony?
Oh, yeah, I got that. I get that. I'm getting that right.
Well,
Halle Berry Martinez. How about
that? She married a French actor, Olivier Martinez, in a private ceremony in France on Saturday. Her representative confirmed on Sunday. It's the third marriage for the Oscar award-winning actress, who announced in April that she is expecting a baby with Martinez. Berry, 46, and Martinez, 47, have been close companions since meeting on the set of Dark Tide last year. That's a movie?
Yeah.
He was by her side through the last months of a bit of custody battle with ex-boyfriend Gabriel Aubry, the Canadian model who fathered a 5-year-old daughter, Nayla. They reached an amicable agreement over custody last November, a week after the fist fight with Berry's Hollywood driveway between Martinez and Aubry. Berry, previously married to pro football player David Justice from 93 to 96, and singer Eric Benet, 2001 to 2004. I feel fantastic after the fifth time? I mean, how many times? Three times.
Hold it 3 times the charm.
Berry told CNN when discussing a pregnancy in April, "This was the biggest surprise of my life." It shouldn't have been a surprise. You didn't wear a condom. Hell.
Yeah, but it's kind of surprised she didn't
Sounds
have.
like a lot of these women, they get abortions, you know. Oh, that was a surprise.
Yeah, it's kind of weird though. But I guess maybe it's because of me. But being African American male, it's kind of funny that she had a child with the non-black guys that she was married to.
Yeah.
David Justice. She didn't have a baby with David Justice or Eric Benet.
Yeah.
But she did have one with Gabriel
a French
Albert.
guy.
Yeah, French. Yeah.
What
French Latino guy.
A French Latino, yeah. Well, you know what? Good luck. I hope he doesn't beat you like he beat that guy up. You know, there's some anger issues there, folks. Let's face it.
Well, first of all, you don't never bring your First of all, you never bring your baby daddy, invite your baby dad to a Thanksgiving dinner with your new boyfriend. That's for one thing.
I'm not sure that question, Nicole. What happened today at 1427? What is 1427? I just read that Zimmerman wants the African American to apologize to him now.
For what? For ducking?
You know.
Anyway.
Once again, I mean, this is bullshit, folks. We have to look at the problems that we're facing. We're facing it both with gun ownership and gun laws, and we're facing it with young African American males living this gangster style life and listening to this music. Other than that, I mean, there's no problem. Derek doesn't have to look over his shoulder every time.
Not every day.
Not every day.
But the thing is, if I was still a teenager, yeah, I could probably I can see that. But
well, guess what? He's going to be waiting a very long time, Michelle, because these guys, Spike Lee, Al Sharpton, and anybody else in that league of guys that get up and want to say something because they think that freaking important.
I want you to apologize for calling me a killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, just be happy you got acquitted. Just be happy you got acquitted, GZ. I'm just.
Leave it alone already. The law is spoken. Now we have to deal with the main issues, which are those two things I talked about. Let's change the freaking laws. You know, that when it comes to gun, and Al Sharpton needs to lose more weight.
And wear a fro.
Yeah.
Get rid of that freaking perm. Come on.
Talk about brown nosing. By the way, he came to Macon. I saw him live just down the block from my house here. And, he was all right. He was good, inspiring. But, boy, did he bum the shit rush out of there. Mm-hmm. I mean, stick around a little bit, will you, please? And the only people that he talked to were, like, the elite of Macon, Georgia. Screw me. Mm-hmm. I couldn't even get closer. Mm-hmm. You know? I'm just this little Puerto Rican guy that doesn't matter to them.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, anyway, what else is in the news, Derek?
Well, here's a wing dang doodle of it. Speaking of people who have been acquitted but not necessarily innocent, there have been Casey Anthony pregnant rumors fly as spotlight shines on the Florida justice system.
With that freaking lawyer, I bet.
That
Diaz guy who looked like he was banging her away.
It says, is Casey Anthony pregnant? If you hang out Twitter, and it's well known that some of us do, you can't fail to notice the endless tweets that say something along the lines of Zimmerman is free, Corey Monteith is dead, Kyle Massey has cancer, Casey Anthony is pregnant. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you doing on this day?
She's scary looking.
She's probably an animal in bed.
God. Wow.
Yeah, variant rumors, something like Casey Anthony is pregnant with her second victim. Ooh. Yeah. Kyle Massey has cancer.
Isn't she from Florida?
Well, yeah.
God, man, what the hell is wrong with Florida? They can't even. They're the ones that caused a presidential election to sway over from Gore to
Bush.
Yeah. What else did they do? Obviously, the Zimmerman debacle. What else? Casey Anthony. What else?
Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah, the hurricanes.
Yeah, every month. Whatever.
It says
you live in Florida, be a sports car, but everything happens in Florida for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah, like every time you hear some stupid ass thing going on, It's like in Atlanta. There's everything always happens in DeKalb County. When I was living in the north, it's like any story. Somebody just got killed. Somebody just got robbed. I bet you it's DeKalb County. And guess what? It was.
There's a lot of
Same
people.
shit with Florida.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are really ticked off about this stuff right there, especially in Twitter. It's like, says Casey Anthony and George Zimmerman can kill innocent children and be free, but Michael Vick gets 2 years because of dogfights. I smell racism.
I smell it too.
I smell a rat.
Well, yeah, I did make Obama win. Isn't that weird? I mean, they did.
And then Vintage Monroe says, so Casey Anthony is pregnant? She better not even dare have that baby. And if she does, someone please save it. Yes.
Nick Howell 3000 says Florida's milk tastes like piss.
Ew. Wow. Says and Adele says
Must be all that salt water coming over.
Adele says congratulations to Casey Anthony, who just announced she is pregnant with her second victim.
Not funny. He also said the well water, even before I said that, in Florida tastes like piss.
Ouch.
Probably yellow like piss.
Ouch.
Well,
That's just bad. That's just real bad.
Well, who knows? All right, what else?
Well, let's see. I do have
bring some stories up that are controversial.
Okay, well, we can go into trending now in the top 10. It's 10:33. We can go in and get a couple of stories up in there. The top 10 stories. Number 10 is fracking. Fracking. Okay, that's what
fracking.
I don't know. I guess that's supposed to be.
I heard that, but I'm trying to remember what fracking is.
Yeah, Rosin, you're all right. Black people aren't the only ones who voted for Obama. Yes, 98% of the black voters and 71% of Latino voters too. Just in case you want to know.
My brother says mother's milk is good
for babies.
I guess you were chugging away while your kids should have had it.
Okay.
Right?
Number 9 is ESPN body issue. KTVU says KTVU apologizes. Number 7 is MLB trade rumors. Number 6, Asiana pilot names. Number 5, marijuana legalization. Number 4, Killeen police shooting. Number 3, woman gored. Number 2, Jenny McCarthy. And number 1, Pippa Middleton. So basically, Pippa Middleton, basically, who is Prince William's sister-in-law. The one who was at the wedding, who was carrying Kate Middleton's train. Pippa.
Oh, yes.
The one who had the nice booty.
Yeah.
For a hot British.
Did you see Fergie's daughter?
Yeah.
She's kind of weird looking.
Crazy hat.
She looks crazy, yeah.
Well, redheads. Just
Welcome, Tara London. Good to have you on. I haven't seen you all morning.
Yeah.
Tara London is on.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So which one you want to pick? Just no one hasn't picked either.
The fracking 10. One. What the hell is that about?
Fracking.
I kind of fracking or
number 10. Yeah, number 10. That's fracking.
What's that mean?
It says General Electric aims to improve fracking, whatever that means. I thought it was just slang, another clean slang word for screwing. Yeah. But I guess I'm learning something new.
Veggie, right what the hell are you doing?
Basically
up all
says
these little cartoon.
Okay, aims to improve fracking. Georgia General Electric aims to improve fracking. This is from Kevin Bagel, Associated Press, from NBC News. It says a hydraulic fracturing drill rig is silhouetted at dust near Tunneket, Pennsylvania. The controversial drilling practice, also known as fracking, this is kind of drilling.
Yeah, fracking is getting oil and natural gas out of coal-layered level.
Yes.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Requires injecting huge amounts of water, sand, and chemicals at high pressure, thousands of feet beneath the Earth's surface to extract reserves of natural gas. So as one of America's corporate giants is investing billions of dollars in the new boom of oil and gas drilling, or fracking. General Electric Company is opening a new laboratory in Oklahoma, buying up related companies and placing a big bet that cutting-edge science will improve profits for clients and reduce the environmental and health effects of the boom. It says that Mark Little, Senior Vice President of GE, says, we like the oil and gas base because we see the need for resources for a long time to come. He said that GE did almost nothing in oil and gas just over a decade ago, but he has invested more than $15 billion in the past few years. It says GE doesn't drill wells or produce oil or gas, but Little said that the complexity of the fracking boom plays into the company's strengths. Wells are being drilled horizontally at great depths. Horizontally, wow. In a variety of formations all around the country, and that means each location may require different techniques.
Yeah, Hawkeye says fracking is turning water into flammable substance. Mm-hmm. I heard about that. They put on a garden hose, and the guy turns on the water, and then he attaches a flame to it, and the thing was like a blowtorch.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so, who the hell knows? We probably got gasoline in our water system. We just don't taste it because it's on low level. But it's there.
Okay.
Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
But, all right.
I want to check out number 2.
Yeah, what is that?
Jen McCarthy
Oh, of course.
says, what is it? Says, New Kids on the Block, NKOTB's New Kids on the Block, Donnie Wahlberg and Jenny McCarthy are dating each other. Really?
I thought she was going out with Jim Carrey.
No, well, she broke up, Ben broke up then. She was dating Urlacher, this linebacker from the Chicago Bears. She was dating that guy.
Wow.
It says, appears that Jenny McCarthy has the rights to for Donnie Wahlberg as the two stars are dating, according to People and Us Weekly.
I guess she wants to change penises.
The new
I've
couple
already had that one, and I had that one. Let me try this one.
Yes, the new couple was
On
spotted.
facades.
The new couple was spotted Independence Day together, along with Donnie's fellow New Kids on the Block singer Jonathan Knight and his boyfriend Harley.
Yeah.
It says, in late March, the Blue Blood star 43 was a guest on Jenny's VH1 late night talk show, and the chemistry between the pair was undeniable. During one segment, Donnie and Jenny laid next to each other while sucking on red lollipops and dishing on bedroom chatter. She says, do you talk dirty when you're having sex? Jenny asked Donnie, who smiled and replied, I do. You do, but you know some guys do it wrong, Jenny said. Yeah, but I don't do it wrong, he said with a laugh as Jenny's eyes widened.
Like, who gives a shit? Jenny McCarthy is low on my kind of, I notice you poll. Like, you exist. Mm-hmm. Like you're important. She's probably lower than a gnome sitting on somebody's
Lower than
garden.
a gnome. Well, I mean, granted,
crap?
Jenny McCarthy was a former playmate, and she was considered hot, back in the 90s, mid-90s. But, it's 20 years later, it's like, I mean, she looks good for her age, She's in that category now. She went from she's hot to she's hot for her age now. Like Salma Hayek is hot for her age, even though she's pushing 50, she's still fine as a mug,
I would hate to be married to her though. She looks like a
ball
pain in
buster.
the ass to deal with. All that freaking makeup and too much high maintenance.
Well, yeah. Well, it's not that the makeup. I mean, she's
not that
very.
she needs it, but
she doesn't
God.
need it, but she's very put together.
Yeah. Yeah. She's blessed, I guess.
Very, very blessed.
Yeah. Oh, Hydroponic says, just rub your beard on her.
Rosalind Costa.
Yeah,
I think
rubbing beard to beard.
I think Hugh Hefner sleeps with all his playmates. Well,
Harry Cooter says, little Johnny was called on to say a poem in class, but he hadn't done his homework and written one. The teacher tells him to sit in the hall until he thinks of one. After half an hour, she goes into the hall to check on his progress to find it is finished. It goes like this. I guess nothing.
Okay. Miles Zeus Jones says, as women get old, if they have any looks left and they're hot, bitches don't hold up well after 35. Well, Jenny McCarthy is 40. She's already 40 right now.
No.
But then again, though,
40 and used.
Yeah, because when you think about it, a lot of cougars, I guess, older women, they seem to be a lot nicer, especially to younger guys, especially to nerdy guys. You realize that? Like Tracy Scoggins, right? She was in Comic-Con, which is, I think, which is going on this weekend, by the way. I'll have more stories about that tomorrow. Before she was in Comic, now I remember back in the day, I told you a few months back when we first started Morning Roast that there was a time that she was actually dating. Well, actually, she didn't date, but she turned down this guy named George who asked her out for a dance. It was a fundraiser dance for the USO for like the veterans and stuff. And she turned down this actor named George and says, "Would you like to have this dance?" He's like, "No, thank you. I'm only dating more famous stars and veterans. I'm sorry, I'm not talking to you. You're not famous enough for me."
I had a dog named George.
Yeah. But of course, what I'm talking about, the guy, this George that I'm referring to is George Clooney, who she did way back in the, you know. So he wasn't famous enough, but now he's making millions of dollars. You know, he's dating women half his age now.
America's most eligible bachelor.
Yes, while Tracy Scoggins, you know, who used to be on, you know, Dynasty back 30 years ago, now she's trying to make her ends meet, trying to hawk some, you know, Babylon 5 DVDs at Comic-Con and Dragon Con this summer, you know, and all the nerdy guys saying, hey, she's really nice. You know why she's nice? Because she's 55. She's 55 years old. If she was 25, she wouldn't give you the time of day. Yeah. That's the truth.
By the way, do we have birthdays for today?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look at some birthdays. See who's wasn't aborted.
Okay.
People that were not aborted, folks. It's their day today. The mothers decided to give birth to them instead of having an abortion.
Oh, okay.
Happy non-aborted day.
Okay. Happy birthday to Best Oscar winner for The Last King of Scotland, Mr. Forrest Whitaker. Ms. Forrest Whitaker, who was also who was in movies such as Bird and directed movies such as Waiting to Exhale. He turns 52 years old today. 52.
Great actor, but ugly as shit. Go ahead.
Very true.
Face only a mother.
Francesca Escabrini, who was born on this day in 1850 and died in 1938. She was from an orphanage and hospital founder who was the first American canonized by the Roman Catholic Church. So she was the first American saint. How about that? Gabriel Iglesias, Latino comedian known for the phrase, I'm not fat, I'm fluffy. He turns 37 years old today.
You're funny, huh?
Very funny guy. Yeah, Linda Ronstadt, versatile singer from the Stone Ponies. She turns 67 years old today. Ray Toro, who's he's a guitarist and co-founder of the alternative band My Chemical Romance. He turns 36 years old today. Ariana Huffington, the campaign for the governor of California.
How the hell is she becoming American? Now that woman owns the Huffington Post. She's on every show. It's like, and she talks with that terrible accent from, where is she?
She's from Greece, even though she sounds like Zsa Zsa Gabor, who's Hungarian, so go figure.
Is that who died and left her boss? Why is she making statements on American
she used to be a Republican, a conservative person. Then, you know, after her husband came out in the closet, you know, she just said, screw this, I'm just going to be a liberal now.
Yeah. And a lesbian.
Yeah.
You never know.
Possibly.
Get him back.
Yeah. Ariana Huffington, she turned 63 years old today. Adam Savage, one of the hosts from the television show Mythbusters, he's 46 years old today. Rembrandt van Rijn, a masterful Dutch painter of religious and historical themes, was born on this day in 1606. He died in 1669 at the age of 63.
Yeah.
Give
me some famed ones.
Jim Jones.
He's not the guy with the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, not the guy with the Kool-Aid, but he's a Bronx-based rapper who released the #1 single "We Fly High" in 2006. He turns 37 years old. Brian Austin Green appeared on Knots Landing in Beverly Hills 90210. He turns 40 years old today. Lana Parrilla portrays the evil queen Regina Mills in ABC's show Once Upon a Time. She's 36 years old. Diane Kruger, German-born ballerina, fashion model, and actress who played Gina in a 2011 thriller Unknown, and also in the movie, I think, Glorious Bastards? Yes.
Yeah.
Glorious Bastards with Quentin Tarantino. She turns 37.
Right, give me some famous ones here.
Okay, Tristan Wiles, actor best known for his role as Dixon Wilson.
I never heard of him.
On the teen drama 90210, the new 90210, because he's the black guy in this one. The
token black guy, yeah.
Yes.
Now here's another token black guy.
Eddie Griffin.
Eddie
Griffin, Groovy star of the hilarious movie Undercover Brother in 2002, and also in the Eddie Murphy movie Norbit. He turns 45 years old today. And Jesse the Body Ventura, professional wrestler, was elected the Minnesota governor of Minnesota.
Oh, governor, right.
He turned 62 years old today.
And one more.
Let's see, the late Alex Karras, he was born on this day in 1935. Alex Karras, he was played the Godfather on TV show Webster. And Beth Stern, fashion model and animal rescue advocate, and the wife of radio shock jock Howard Stern. She turns 41 years old today.
You know, I was watching America's Got Talent.
Mm-hmm.
Howard Stern is that show. I mean, Howie Mandel tries to be funny, and he is sometimes, but there's nothing like Howard Cosell.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Howard Stern.
Yes.
And nothing like Howard Cosell either. He was funny as hell too.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
there's one of the Bridget Nielsen. She's actually she played the role of Ludmilla, Drago's wife in Rocky IV. She turns 50. She just 50 now. She looks way older than 50.
Who is this?
Bridget Nielsen.
Oh.
Bridget Nielsen. Yes.
50 years old.
So
she's a year younger than me.
Yeah. Supermodel Kim Alexis.
Old fucker.
Kim Alexis is 53 years old. She's a captivating cover girl who was one of the few first supermodels out there. Patrick Wayne, wow. Supporting Western actor who performed with his father in Alamo and the Searchers, turned 74.
That's John Wayne's son.
Yeah, John Wayne's son.
Yeah.
And
Never made it like his father.
Mm-hmm. Jason Bonham, who's a drummer who played with Foreigner, Steel Dragon, and Led Zeppelin after his father's death, John Bonham. Yeah, he turns 47. And
one more.
Trevor Horn, former who was first gained fame as one of my favorite bandmates from my favorite 80s band, The Art of Noise from England. The man who invented the 80s, Grammy winner for producing Kiss from a Rose by Seal. He's turned 64 years old today.
The Art of Never Knowing That band.
Yeah, because because not only that he produced Kiss from a Rose, but also he did work for Art of Noise, and also he produced that song "Owner of a Lonely Heart" by the group Yes 30 years ago.
That one I know, but I must have been living on Planet X during that time.
Owner of a smelly fart.
Well, okay, we got Wordsmith and Who Said It First coming up.
Oh,
right?
yes, we do.
Let's do that. We got a few more minutes left. By the way, Tara London, when are you coming with one of your signs? I like to have that as soon as possible.
Is the word origins of today? Word of the day is daft. Daft, D-A-F-T, which, by the way, is also a name of a compilation album of the Art of Noise's greatest hits. I happen to have that CD. Daft. D-A-F-T. Daft was not always a term of reproach. It originally meant mild and gentle, and only in the late Middle English slid to stupid in a semantic decline, perhaps paralleling that of silly, which started off as happy, blessed. Middle English dafty corresponds directly to an Old English gediafte, G-D-A-F-E-F-T-E, which underlying sense means to have been fit, suitable, the sense connection been suitably, that mild, unassuming people were considerably as behaving suitably. There is no direct evidence of its use of this meaning, but Old English had a verb gedaften, make fit or ready or prepare, which together with the Gothic verb gediben, be suitable, points its origin in a Germanic-based dab, D-A-B, fit and suitable. This ties with the semantic development of deft, a variant of daft, which has moved from prehistoric fit and suitable to skillful. So today's word of origin is daft, which is
there you go.
British slang for stupid.
There you go.
Or dumbass, whatever.
All right. Next,
who
word
said
origin.
it first? Who said that first? Know the ropes. Oh, yes.
Or rather, who said that first?
Who said there was knowing the ropes? The term refers to a person having knowledge of a particular system. It did not necessarily arise among sailing ship crews, though its first known occurrence in print does concern a sea captain. In T? Something in T? Whatever that thing, Tears Before the Mast by Richard H. Dana, published in 1840, says, the captain, who had been on the coast before and knew the ropes, quote unquote, took the steering oar. Dana's use of quotation marks around the expression indicates that it was known before 1840, but his book put the term into public arena and has been commonly used ever since.
Very good.
So it was author Richard H. Dana, who
knowing the ropes.
Put in knowing the ropes.
Or know the ropes.
Learn
right hand, you know the ropes. You know what you're up against.
Yes, he knows the ropes.
Yeah. He's running for mayor.
Yeah, he's running for mayor, by the way.
Oh, by the way, just to let you know, update.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Allen.
Yes.
He's going to be on the show this week, along with Anthony B. Harris, who's also running for mayor. And hopefully I'll be able to get David Kushner on the show. I've been trying to get in touch with him. He hasn't called back. But I
Robert
expect...
Reeker here.
Pardon?
Robert Reeker.
Yeah, well,
He's
I
really
think Ricky
pumping
would
to
do
get
it.
reelected.
Ricky will
That
not.
youth intervention program, he's trying to get back in. He's trying anything he can. And all of a sudden, he wants to get involved in the community because he knows he's on the way to fuck out.
Well, yeah, now all of a sudden he cares, you know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this
Where
is
was
his
he for
third
the
right.
last 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good question.
Yeah, what has he been doing all this time? Sitting in his office, hanging out with a couple of people, spending all the city's money
Doing the Bill
sitting
Clinton
there.
on one of his aides.
Oh, really?
I didn't have nice sexual relations. Cause
Listen,
you
you
not
know-
kind.
Yeah, you're not kind.
You kind.
Speaking of which,
Holy sheep shit.
All right, we got a lot of shit going on outside. It doesn't surprise me.
wow. Speaking of
Yeah, we do.
some, well, not exactly sheep shit, but definitely some bullshit that was going on in Spain. As you know, this has got to somewhat sports related. There's a woman who was gored during the final bull run in Spain. The 23-year-old woman, a bull gored an Australian woman and left her seriously injured during the final bull run of this year's annual
That's a stupid
festival in
sport.
Spain on Sunday.
What sport?
Running with the bulls
Running with the bulls.
in Spain.
That is historic. That's history, man. That's not stupid. That's history. They do stupid things over there, but what the hell?
Yeah, 4 of the runners were
Thank you,
hospitalized.
Rocco. I'll take that as a compliment.
4 of the runners were hospitalized with cuts and bruises. Now, the 23-year-old Australian woman, identified only as J.E., was gored in the back and suffered multiple rib fractures and damaged her right lung, and that left her in very grave condition after an operation at the Navarra hospital, said the regional government that organized the festival. The Australian was struck by a massive Miura bull as she clung to wooden barriers outside the bull ring entrance, said Regional Health Authority spokesman Javier Sesma. It says it's very rare for women to be gored during the annual festival since most of the runners are men.
Yeah.
Javier Solano of San Fermin, expert working for National Broadcasting TV, says records show only 2 other women have been injured by gorings in the recent history of the festival. So she's the 3rd woman in the history of this running with the bulls that's been gored.
Yeah, she wanted to play...
I want to be a man too.
I want to be
Al
a
Gore?
man.
No,
Al Gore?
no, it's a bull goring.
Thank you.
The 4 injured runners who were tossed by bulls or fell as they ran or stampeded were
Thank you,
identified
ATT.
as 39-year-old man from California. They haven't even given the names. I guess they were too embarrassed. 39-year-old man from California, a 23-year-old man from Madrid, and 2 men from Navarra, from the hometown, from Spain. Navarra, Spain, said the regional government organizers. None of these injuries were serious.
I wonder why these animal advocates who, like to show up at these fur, these fur events, where they're selling furs and all that shit. I wonder why they don't picket these bull
run festivals.
bull run. Don't you think there's like animal abuse? They got these poor animals freaking out, running down the street
Well, truth be told,
because they're going to be gored. That's why.
Well, actually,
Bunch
to be
of
truth be
cowards.
told, they need to. Well, the reason why the animal actors is because the humans are the ones that getting the ass kicked, not the bulls. Now, I could understand if you were a matador and you're a bull fighter, yeah, that's. But if you running with the
That
bulls,
was one of the ugliest fucking cars in the world. The Matador.
Not
the
enough.
AMC Matador. That was fucking... Oh, you're talking about...
yeah, the bullfighter matador. Now you want to talk about now the El Camino? That's a nasty looking car.
I like the El Camino.
Oh, come on, man! It's a crook, half car, half truck. It's a
That's
crook.
right. It's a half-breed, man.
It's a crook, man. It's
Yeah.
a half car, 50% car, 50%
you
car,
know-
50% truck, 100% ugly.
Vehicles like that
What are we talking
are
about?
popular
El
over in
Camino.
Australia.
Oh.
There's a lot of different car makers over in Australia building stuff like that. They love that shit.
Mm-hmm. But
Rosalind Nicole says it's
Eat
some
that shit
redneck
up.
car.
yeah, but I'm just saying I think back during the set, I think the people on Ford, they were just lazy, just making stuff. I'm just gonna make me a crook, half car, half truck, all ugly. Just.
Anyway, this
But
bullfighting
We got
is
4 minutes,
ridiculous.
guys.
Well, for
Make it count.
I'll make it count. I got at least one good story, at least a good story that's not bad. It's not
4 minutes
evil.
to go, folks.
You know J.K. Rowling. She's best known for being the author of
The worst freaking book in history.
Harry Potter books.
I can't stand that. Harry Potter
Harry
sucks.
Potter.
Yeah.
It's too goddamn confusing. Yeah, they got too many things like in a short
Was it-
time.
And we got Harry Cooter out there too.
Harry Potter. I mean, well, you know what I mean.
Cooter, Harry Cooter.
Yeah,
Well, anyway.
Rosin, I won't take it back. Harry Potter, I started watching the first Harry Potter with all this enthusiasm because I heard it was a great movie and all that.
Boring
So I
as
went in with a
shit.
good heart. What a boring piece of shit that was. Horrible. And that kid is ugly as hell. I mean, who's interested in looking at some
Have
bespectacled
you
kid?
seen all these kids that teenagers wearing the glasses like Harry Potter?
Yeah, you're right. The book is always better, but how much better? More confusing than the freaking movie. It seemed like every time I turned my head, something else was happening, and I missed.
DS4, the guy says it's great if you're 13. Tell us about that, DS.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about 13-year-olds.
No, Star Trek was good. Star Trek was good, but it got out of hand too. You know, they overplay the hand. It's like
Harry
you got a
Potter.
good thing going. It's like
Tell
this.
us about Gladiators.
Yeah. Well, what about this movie with all these assholes in it? With
Which
Adam
ones?
Sandler.
There's a whole lot of movies.
No, with Adam Sandler and all
Grown
these-
Ups too. Yeah.
Yeah, grown ups too. Who gives a shit?
I
The
thought you were about to
first one
say.
was bad.
I thought you were gonna say Pacific
So what are they
Rim.
gonna do? Go
I
for
always
broke?
told you that sound like somebody pissing.
God.
Oh, it's actually
not-
frying,
no,
roasting. It's not
The
peeing.
really good movies that they.
How you want your eggs, or it?
You know, I agree with Tower of London on this one. He always says that the remakes are bad, or most remakes. That too many remakes get, made very badly.
Yeah, too many sequels spoil the projector,
Exactly.
so to speak.
I mean,
Well,
leave it alone.
anyway,
Have to
she-
milk that cow until it's got no milk.
well, she did end this Harry Potter series, though, but she hasn't stopped from writing, though. The Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling donned an invisibility cloak on her own with her new novel. In top secret fashion, she published The Cuckoo's Calling under the name Robert Galbraith. Her publisher, Mulholland Books, an imprint of Little Brown and Company, described the author as a former member of the Special Investigative Branch of the Royal Military Police. It says he left the military in 2003 and has been working since in the civilian security industry. The publisher's website says the idea for protagonist Cormoran Strike grew directly out of his own experiences and those of his military
I can't
friends
understand a fucking word.
who
you're
returned to the civilian world. Robert Galbraith is a pseudonym.
It sounds like Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr mixed up.
saying.
Yes.
Talk about old time shows. I got a question for you.
Uh huh.
Dick Van Dyke,
Yes.
Leave It to Beaver.
Yes.
You ever see any Afro Americans in those shows?
No.
Oh yeah, Sharknado.
Andy Griffith.
Yeah.
I'll admit there was one black woman that was way in the back during the county fair scene. She was way in the back.
You
like
and I talked
Rosa
about.
Parks back.
That was probably like Roberta Flack or something.
You and I talked about Sharknado. What do you think
Uh-huh.
of that one? That's hysterical, that movie. I mean,
Yeah,
could
that-
you imagine? What else are they going to think
But I don't
about?
know, man. You gonna say you talk about Sharknado, but yet this Harry Potter films? I don't know, man.
Harry Potter sucked.
But Sharknado didn't.
No, Sharknado's interesting. I mean, it's kind of like Harry Potter. They're flying around and hitting buildings.
But they didn't have no freaking magic. They're just some big ass sharks that
Yeah.
got caught in a damn whirlwind and just
Yeah.
basically just hit and run, bite and run, eat and run.
Well, it's kind of nice to see,
now, if you would put
sharks
that in
on the attack.
now if you put that in the Wizard of Oz, that would be a wing dang doodle right there.
Well, they got a lot of shows out now that are one called Revolution. It's a new one.
Mm-hmm.
All these shows are based on like, what if something happened? We lost our electric. We lost all this. Kind of like a Walking Dead thing,
Mm-hmm.
where everything shut down and how would we survive?
Yeah,
Because they're training us. Because that's what's going to fucking happen soon.
right.
The way this government's going right now, we're done.
Well, I don't know if I got the part yet in Charlotte, though. They're supposed to give me an email later today. I mean, not to go over, but there was there was a lot of people that were there when during that callback that Friday afternoon. There was like at least most of them were mostly mothers and daughters and stuff, for mothers and their kids and their
Right.
And I saw like 2-3 other black guys. I guess they're supposed to be the dad or whoever dads or whoever. Hopefully they weren't going for the role I was going for. Hopefully there just happened to be a showbiz dad just giving their kids a ride to the audition callback. But I did meet one of the women, or at least one of the women that plays my wife, and her and some 2 kids that was playing my kids. It was really cool. A little light complexioned woman who was like about Irv's height, maybe a little bit tall. She was kind of cute. And then there was
was she Indian?
No, she was a light skinned black woman.
Oh.
There was this, also there was an interracial couple, a mother daughter, a blonde female woman. She was quite cute, in her, I guess, late 30s or something like that. And she had her biracial daughter, a cute little black girl, long curly hair and stuff like that. I mean, either one, I would be happy with either one to play my wife and kid. I mean, I was just hoping just for kicks, just to get back at the people who hated the Cheers commercial. It'd be really funny to hire me, have the blonde woman play my wife and her daughter play my daughter. That'd be just so freaking cool, because you can't have, we're all in the same room together. I'm not sleeping on the couch. No, we're all in the room together. So proof that me and my wife was doing it well.
By the way, speaking of all in the room together, I just remembered the story. I wanted to bring it before we go, just to let people think about it. When I was at the animal hospital, and I'm sitting there with my little dog, on the death throes of going. There was this woman that came in with 2 kids, and one of them was a blonde little kid. The little boy, he looked exactly like Shirley Temple. But the daughter looked exactly like that girl from the Cheerios commercial.
Oh,
exactly.
Really?
I mean, she was a twin, right? So the little boy was like acting up, and of course everybody's staring at him like, this mother can't control a kid. So as she's getting up to try to pick him up, the little boy pulls her blouse down, and her titty was exposed to everybody in that room, including me.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, holy shit. And she pulled it up right away, but her whole tit was hanging out. And I thought, with all these dogs in the room.
I would have had it, but I had to sound.
With all these dogs in the room. That's exactly what. So oh my God, I was like freaking out, like. And then I look around the room and it's like everybody saw it. I don't feel so bad. They were huge. Come flying out. Yeah. Holy crap.
Well,
holy, what a bamboozle.
Well, like a mummy, it's a wrap. Just want to thank, and we're done. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just want to thank
Michelle Stacy. Thank you for that comment. She says it happened to her.
Yeah.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful
trip.
Yes.
That's
just want to say thank you to all our guests. DS Photo Guy, Earl Big Skillet, Hawkeye, New Jersey, Rosalind Nicole, ATT, Beer Sports, Carlton.
Oh, leave that on. I love that shit.
Harry Cooter, Johnny, Michelle Stacy, Miles Luce Jones, The Kyle 3000, Rocco, Too Much, Raven 666.
Thank you all.
And the Tower of London. Thank you.
Showman 4 was here. Thank you, Showman. That was, of course,
Newton Collier. Macon Zone, Newton Collier.
Tower of London. Give me a call or I'll call you. Or you have your phone? You haven't said a freaking word all day.
Yes. On everyone.